Hello everybody, I am Mr. Wiener and this is the Stack Shack, a civil sanctuary where you can talk, learn, and play Commander. Today's topic is one that senior Commander players will probably know all too well by this point, and that is the deck archetype, Group Hug. But, before we get started, don't have any friends to enjoy Commander with but still want to play? No local TCG stores in your area that you can stand going to? Don't worry there, friend. We've got you covered. The Stack Shack Discord is a place of refuge for those who would like to play Commander online without the hassle of actually having to go outside and interact with people. We play over Discord on Tabletop Simulator. Come and join, find a table, and enjoy yourself. We'll be looking forward to having you. Now, back to the topic at hand. To understand Group Hug means having the inner empathy required to understand that Commander is truly a toxic play experience. Your friends are fighting each other after all. How could you let that happen? They invited you to their pod, and this is how they act in front of each other? Swinging in and bullying the person who missed a land drop on turn 2, 3, and 4 because they couldn't possibly bring themselves to mulligan away from an arcane signet hand. Preposterous. You've seen war crimes before your very eyes. You can't let this happen again. Let's see here. Quickly, Google Friendly Magic the Gathering Archetypes. See what comes up. Oh my god, Group Hug! This is perfect! Exactly what I needed. And I think I know just how to build him. So, what is a Group Hug deck? What does it focus on? What does it do? Well, I say we should start with the definition, if anything. Group Hug is defined on the Magic the Gathering wiki as a deck archetype that often does not have a way to win on their own. Instead, the goal of the player piloting the Group Hug deck is to extend the game as long as possible by supporting whatever player is currently behind and moderating the effects each player can play and resolve. While Group Hug can appear innocent and usually the player will play the deck as much, they can be quick to draw the ire of other players in the game when they begin to realize the goal of the Group Hug player is to prevent them from winning the game. Now, this definition provided is certainly a way to interpret what Group Hug does at a table, and it does a pretty good job of explaining what Group Hug is as a deck. However, I have my gripes with this definition as I look at Group Hug very differently. At this point in time, I believe I have seen Zedru, the #1 Group Hug commander in the command zone, more than any other commander I've come across. Over these games, I have learned something about the archetype that I feel I need to share my fellow I like to win the game and end the game to play and other enjoyers. Even if you are in last and Group Hug is supporting you, Group Hug decks are just control decks with the loving guise of helping your opponents gain card advantage, ramp, and other benefits. You should 100% kill the Group Hug player first, as they are enabling your opponents to kill you faster than their decks would normally allow. Another tip is to not let Group Hugs do whatever they want. They give you a wedding ring, destroy it. They give you their land that taps and gives it to an opponent, never use it. Destroy their temple bells. I swear to you, it is giving card advantage to 3 opponents. The list of these Group Hug effects go on. I don't want to exaggerate, but I feel like every single time that I've fought a Group Hug deck, somehow the Izzet player is always sitting right next to them, slobbering at all the free storm count they'll achieve with all the free ramp and card draw they'll receive. This typically results in one 40-minute turn that they take and try and win the game, and then the Group Hug player stops them with a counterspell. Believe me when I say that if there is a Group Hug player in the game, a majority of the time there will be one of 2 winners. The Group Hug deck, or the person sitting to the left of the Group Hug player, as they are the first person to take their turns after the Group Hug player is done, giving them the most amount of resources possible. That D20 roll you make at the start of the game to determine who goes first means nothing with a Group Hug player in the game. The absolute worst Group Hugs are the ones that run no win condition, though. What's the point of going to a 1v1v1v1 basketball game, showing up the court to shoot hoops, but instead of shooting hoops, you just constantly pass the ball to the player with the lowest amount of balls in? It would just feel like you didn't want to play the game in the first place, so why even pull up to the court? Now, don't get me wrong, it's okay to play group hug cards, as at the end of the day, Commander is and always will be made fun with politics. It's a 4-person game, that's how it goes. But please keep those decks packed tightly with ways to win. Unfortunately, a majority of the advice I have in terms of grouped hug decks is not for playing them or building for them, it's for fighting them. This is because I've never built a group hug deck before. I don't like group hug as an archetype typically, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to when people play it as long as they play it with win cons. This will wrap up the advice that I have for the group hug archetype. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and join our Discord server. We need to fill our tables with more people playing Tabletop Sim. Thanks for watching.